never asked for this.
Hi everyone, and welcome once again to my Deus Ex Human Revolution Ghost walkthrough. I'm going to repeat myself as I enter the police department, which is the next step in our adventure, and I'm going to talk to this guy, and I'm going to make him allow me to enter the entire police department, even the morgue, which the game asks us to infiltrate, but by answering some questions the right way and telling him some things the right way, which I'm going to show you, I'm going to be able to get to the morgue without even having to infiltrate this entire place. And that's the beauty of this Deus Ex Human Revolution. That was the same beauty of the first Deus Ex, that the game presented you with a mission, but it never tells you how to complete it. And you can go in guns blazing and maybe get it anyways, though it will be very, very difficult in Me Deus Ex difficulty. You could infiltrate, you could even enter through a back door, not the front door as I did. You could talk to this guy, or you can just do another number of things to come to the same objective. Now, you can't do always this kind of stuff. There isn't always the same kind of things that you can choose to do. Sometimes you just have to infiltrate. But I thought it would be curious to show you the really pacific way of entering the Detroit Police Department and just getting to the morgue without even having to touch cameras and policemen and whatever. In the second part of this video, when we actually get to our corpse that we have to investigate, then we go back to our department, and then we're going to have a second part of this mission where we're going to be infiltrating kind of like a site, like a band site that has a blocking shamming information that we need to deactivate. So I want to talk about, first of all, I want to talk about why did I wanted to do this Human Revolution walkthrough. First of all, this is one of my favorite games of all times. I think I mentioned in my first chapter. Now, at the same time, Deus Ex, the first one, was, I mean, I could say even that is my second favorite game of all times, of all history of gaming. The first one is Planescape Torment, by the way, as I was mentioned. And when this game got announced by Square Enix, I was really scared, because the second one is called Deus Ex Invisible War, and we all want to forget that one because it's like not good. I wouldn't say it's horrible, but it doesn't. It's just it didn't understand what Deus Ex was great. What made Deus Ex great? And Square Enix understood it perfectly, but I don't think the people of Deus Ex Invisible War really understood it. And the irony of that is that the creator, Warren Spector, you might know this name, created the first one and also created the second one, Invisible War. So there is the clear choice that we all know by now, that we can have a great person develop an incredible game with some incredible new ideas and gameplay mechanics, and then create the same kind of game, but it's a piece of fucking shit. And we had that recently with Itagaki, who created Ninja Gaiden 2, which is probably one of the best hack and slash games of all times, and then created Devil's Inside, which I just don't want to talk about it. And then we have even I have to say it because I can't just not say it. Even Hideo Kojima that created so many incredible games. Not only the Metal Gears, also participated in the creation of Metal Gear Rising and so many other good games. And then he just drops the ball with Metal Gear 5. But I'm not gonna say anymore about this. But by the way, it's something interesting to note. Now that I'm finished with Metal Gear Rising, and I'm really proud of my walkthrough. I think it's, I'm not being modest here, but whatever. I think it's one of my best walkthroughs that I have currently. So I'm just really proud of all the work that it took, and that it really worked, I guess, at the end. So, did you know? I mean, I didn't mention this during the walkthrough of that game, but I guess I'll mention it now because we are doing some shit that I already talked about that we were going to do, and it's not important really, but I'm just showing it to you so you can actually see the gameplay, see what I'm doing. And yeah, did you know that Metal Gear Rising was initially thought out as a new Metal Gear game? It was initially created as a second, as a new Metal Gear Solid, a new main franchise game, which was going to be the story of Raiden and how Raiden rescues Sonny. If you play the game and don't know the franchise history, you remember that in Metal Gear Rising, Sonny is like 14 or 12 or 13, something like that. And during Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, Sonny is like 7, if I'm not mistaken, or 8, something like that. And Raiden already rescued her. And Metal Gear Rising was going to be the story of how Raiden rescued Sonny from the Patriots. And that was cancelled. And afterwards, the game was given to Platinum, which was the very best idea that they could have done. And Platinum did probably one of the best hack and slash games out there. And Hideo Kojima still was part of the project. I think he wrote most of the story, though it was later mostly scrapped because it was a lot more complex than it ultimately is, because it's really not needed as complex for a hack and slash game. And that's always interesting, the backstory of games. I don't always know, by the way, all the backstory of the games that I play, but I know a lot about Metal Gear. I know a lot about Deus Ex. I always was involved in all the announcements in Deus Ex. I always like, I had a friend during childhood that was really into games, into PC games like me, and we have a special love for Deus Ex. Like, we used to play part of the game of the original Deus Ex, and then show each other's how we did things, and just like if we were creating our own stories, because maybe he did things differently, that he infiltrated in a different way. Maybe I didn't know that way even existed. So with that friend, we shared a lot of PC games, Doom 2. We played it. I was hardcore even back then, guys. I remember playing in the Nightmare difficulty in Doom 2. And Doom 2 on Nightmare difficulty, the enemies kill you in one shot and they spawn all over. They just never stop spawning, so it's a rush to the end of the levels. And I remember playing with him, like, quick saving every 5 seconds, because every 5 seconds we will die again, and we just kept trying, and we never finished it, because that's insane. I don't know if it is even possible, but we got through a lot of levels, and that was probably one of the beginnings of my kind of wanting to play on the hardest difficulty all the time, and limiting myself. And I always find it fun. Even back then, I had like 12 myself, like 13, or maybe less. I don't really remember when I played Doom 2, when it probably released. So whatever, this is the part when we have to infiltrate a gang occupied part of the city because they are jamming our communications of something, I don't really remember, and we need to deactivate an antenna that is on the roof. So I'm here and just showing you that I don't have any augmentations. I think I'm going to show you as well the inventory. I think I already did it. And if not, you're going to see it later because I'm going to have to manage things a bit later. By the way, in the next episode, episode 4, we're going to be infiltrating a FEMA campment when shit gets real serious, guys, because we're going to be facing our first boss, which is called Barrett. And I'm going to kill him without shooting him with any lethal weapons. You're going to see how I kill him, actually. And I am going to kill him, though. This is not the director's cut version of the game, by the way. This is the original version. And the reason why I didn't get the director's cut version and I decided just because the original idea was that I was going to do this eventually and I was going to get the director's cut. The director's cut, the only difference probably is that it has some new effects in graphics that are not very differential, let's just say like that, and that it comes with the DLC. And I bought the DLC separately and I have it, and for me buying, I mean I have to pay $20 fucking because the game is, or wait until it's like less expensive. But why do I have to pay $20 fucking when I already have the game? I have almost the fucking same game. If it had a new difficulty or something interesting like that, sure, but it's the same game, so I'm just not going to pay it for. I'm not going to pay for it. Maybe if it gets like less than $5 or something like that. And why do I have an option to upgrade like other games have? Like if you have the original, then you have the option to upgrade, or even less. Square Enix just fucking made it free. It's a game like it's an old game. It's not that new. Like look at CD Projekt. They released the director's cut versions of their games that are not called director's cut. Are called what was it? What was it called? Let me check my Steam because I have all three Witchers. Enhanced edition. That's right. The enhanced edition. They just call enhanced edition. They just release enhanced editions, and you can just patch your old version of the game with the enhanced edition. They don't charge you for a better edition of the same game. So whatever. Well, sorry guys, but when I do not agree, when I strongly do not agree with something, I just don't do it. And I think they rolled back the pre-order shit that they did. That the horrible worst pre-order of history that they did for Mankind Divided. A friend of mine that is also the owner of my related channels, Dante's Flashes, told me that they rolled back the pre-order. So I'm guessing now, I haven't investigated, but I'm guessing now they're going to just give us anything that was in the pre-order. I mean, I didn't pre-order, but I guess in the people that did pre-order the game, now they're just gonna give everything that was in the like everything that was optional. They're just going to give it away, right? Because I mean, now it will be really awkward to tell those people that actually pre-ordered it that, oh, sorry, it's cancelled, so you get only the game. Though I guess it wouldn't be that unfair, but it will certainly make piss people off. But I'm happy that they took it down, because it had a lot of bad backlash, that pre-order. So I guess it's no surprise that they took it down. So a quick save then. We're going to have some mines. I think this is the part of the mines. I don't remember, but we have to deactivate 3 mines, and to deactivate them I'm going to show you. but it's a little forward though. So we just knocked this guy. We're going to leave him here. There are two guys down there. Yeah, they're not even gonna see us. Did we already pass the mines? No, they're forward. Yeah, they're after this. So those give me battery rechargers. Though you're not gonna see me use items that much. At least in this first couple of levels. So we have to just climb some stairs. We are heading to the roof of this section, and here are the mines. Now for the mines you want to crouch and actually press the caps lock on your keyboard. That's going to make you crouch even slower. This is the reason why a lot of people don't play with keyboards anymore and play with gamepads, because in the gamepad you just move slower with the stick, and this is done automatically. But this is the problem with the keyboards. They are no longer useful because they don't have sensitive pressing of the button. So you kind of move in a... You kind of need to press another button just to move slower. But I'm playing this with the keyboard and mouse because I always play this with keyboard and mouse, and at this point I'm just used to it, let's just say. So we're almost done with this level. We deactivated the mines and we actually keep them. They're going to be useful later up in the game. So we're going to go through those guys. We're going to hack this satellite, and this level is over. So I hope you're liking this Deus Ex Human Revolution. I know the game is much slower than other kinds of games that are featured on my channel, which are probably third-person hack and slash shooters and stuff like that. But as I said, guys, this is something that I want to do because it's one of my favorite games. I want every single favorite game of mine that is like tolerable to watch to be in my YouTube channel. That's surely a thing. So we're going to get the ghost bonus, and we're going to be done with this chapter. In the next one we're going to infiltrate FEMA, and we're going to be fighting the first boss of the game. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, take care.
Mr. Jensen, your limo has arrived. You ready to leave?
Yeah, let's go.
Great. Detroit local. This is Syrup Industries Bravo Echo Echo 008, continuing on.